Hi, Kayla.
Hey.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, how you feeling?
I'm okay. I kind of just got a little tired.
Yeah. You know,
How are-
I just got back from a walk.
Yeah.
It's just one of those days, you know.
I know. Do you still like record this no matter what?
Yeah, so it's recording now, but I think they like cut it to start when I start teaching. I don't know how they do it exactly.
Us in the recording?
Hmm?
Can you see like us, like the attendees in the recording?
Are in child's pose today. So come to the back of your mat, bring your toes to touch, let your knees open wide. And I am going to mute so people join in later. You won't have to hear them interrupt. And feel free to have your video on or off, whatever feels comfortable for you. All right, so once you're at the back of your mat in child's pose, just let your arms fall out long in front of you at the top of your mat. And rest your forehead down. If you have a block, you can place a block underneath your forehead. If your hips are a little tight to start class, you can close your knees and then just rest your torso over your thighs. But if you're looking for that juicy hip opener, you can spread them out wide and set your hips towards your heels. Elongate through your spine. And just take a few breaths here. Start with your natural breath. No need to control it. Maybe start to notice where your body might be holding on to some tension. Maybe that's in your hips and your low back. Start to send your breath there. As your breath flows to these points of tension, energy will follow and start to open. And as you fill your low back up with breath, and as you exhale, release, let that go. Take another breath in through your nose, fill up your belly, allow your rib cage to expand. And then a cleansing open mouth exhale, sigh it all out. And your next inhale, crawl your fingertips 1 inch closer to the top of your mat. And as you exhale, sit your hips closer to your heels. Lengthen out through both side bodies. Lift your wrists up off your mat. So just all 10 fingertips are firmly pressing into your mat. Start to activate through your arms. Feel the strength in your biceps and triceps. And then on your next inhale, slowly walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. Your right palm comes off your mat. Your left palm rests on top of your right. And feel a nice side body stretch through the left side of your oblique. Keep your left hip pinned down into your mat. Breathe here into the space on your left side. Big inhale. And as you exhale, walk your hands back to the center of your mat. Inhale, walk them over to the left side. Left palm comes off your mat, right palm on top of your left. Send your right hip towards your right heel. Feel a nice stretch through your right side body. Breathe into this space. One more breath in, fill up. And on your exhale, come back through center. And then as you inhale, slowly shift forward, tabletop pose. Stack your hips over your knees, shoulders over your wrists. And then extend your left foot to the back of your mat. So the ball mounts of your feet firmly press into your mat or the ground. A nice little calf stretch here. Press your heel to the back of the room. If you want a little bit more core work here, extend your right arm out long in front of you. Reach through your fingertips as you inhale, and as you exhale, press your heel closer to the earth. And then bringing in some movement here as you inhale, lift your heel up off your mat, arm up overhead, squeeze through your left glute. Breath in. Exhale, tap it down, foot and hand onto your mat. Inhale, lift, squeeze your left glute, hand up towards the ceiling. Exhale, tap it back down. One more time. Big inhale, lift and squeeze your left glute. Exhale, release, let it go, tabletop pose. And then when you're ready, extend your right leg to the back of your mat, right ball mounts of your toes into your mat or the floor behind you. Press your heel to the back of the room for a nice calf stretch here. And if you want that core work, inhale, extend your left arm out long in front of you. Thumb points up towards the ceiling. Reach through your fingertips as you press your heel to the back of the room. And then on your inhale, lift your arm and leg up towards the ceiling. Squeeze through your right glute. Extend your arms out long. Exhale, tap your toes and fingertips to your mat. Inhale, lift, squeeze your glute and hamstring. Exhale, tap back down into your mat. One more time, big inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, tabletop pose. And just take a few movements here, listening to your breath, your body. Maybe you take a cat pose. Maybe you circle out your hips if you're looking for more hip opening today. Just take 2 to 3 more breaths here on your own. One more breath. And then we'll meet back in a tabletop pose. In your next inhale, tuck your toes under. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Take this moment to settle into your space. Maybe you pedal out for your dog to find what's comfortable in your body. Spread your fingertips out wide and let your head hang heavy. Maybe have a slight bend in your knees if you have tight hamstrings like I do, to tilt your pelvis up towards the ceiling. In your next inhale, gaze between your fingertips. And as you exhale, slowly tiptoe up to the top of your mat, ragdoll pose. Feet come to hips with distance apart. Melt your torso over your thighs, reach for opposite elbows, sway from side to side. Now that we're a few weeks into this new norm of ours, so it makes it no easier, we may have started to find a routine in what works for us. But it doesn't mean that the stress and anxiety of the unknown and what's to come has not been building up in our bodies. So take any of those negative thoughts, any feelings of uncomfortability and just fear of the unknown, let that roll off your head, neck, and shoulders, and slowly drift off your mat. And then when you're ready, release your hands down to your mat, heel toe your feet to touch. Inhale, slowly rise one vertebrae at a time. Release your shoulder blades down away from your ears. Breath in, mountain pose, hands up overhead. Breath out, Samasthiti, hands to heart center. Gently blink your eyes shut or send your gaze down to your fingertips. And take this moment to set your intention for the day. Maybe it's your intention that you carry with you throughout the rest of the week. If nothing comes to mind, I'd like to invite you to share in my intention of finding some patience. Patience in your day, patience with yourself. Whatever it is you need, we'll seal our intentions with one communal breath. Take a deep inhale here through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Another breath in through your nose, seal your lips. Breath out through your nose. Keep that heat internally within your body. Gently blink open your eyes and release your fingertips down to your hips. We'll get started in our first Sun A flow. Flowing breath to movement. Inhale, mountain pose. Hands rise high up overhead. Take a breath here and find stillness in your body. Root into all four corners of your feet. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Lift up on your kneecaps to activate your quads. And as you reach up tall through your fingertips, drop your shoulder blades away from your ears. Take a breath in here. And then exhale, forward fold. Hands come through heart center, all the way down to your mat. Hinge at your hips. Maybe bend and straighten into one or both legs here. And then inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Draw your hands to your shins or your thighs. Squeeze your elbows in towards your rib cage if they're on your thighs. Nice, strong, straight spine. Take a breath in. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot to the back of your mat. Walk forward here. So your right knee is over your right ankle, hands on either side of your right foot. And then inhale, crescent moon. Drop your left knee, untuck your toes, and send your arms up overhead. Pause here. Press your right heel firmly into your mat. To press your mat away from you, activating your right glute. As you peel your right hip back, send your left hip forward. Feel a nice stretch through your left hip flexor. Take a breath in here, big inhale. And then exhale, half splits. Shift your hips to the back of your mat. Straighten through your right knee and flex your right toes up to your nose. This is a nice moment to bring your blocks, if you have them, or books or whatever you have in your home. You can place your blocks on either side of your leg to bring the earth closer to you. As you're here, breathe into your right hamstring. Find space. Take one more breath in here. Stay for your exhale, and then as you inhale, back to your low lunge. Rebend into your right knee. Retuck your left toes and lift your kneecap up off your mat. Take a breath in here. Exhale, forward fold. Step your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen, straighten through your spine. Gaze down at your mat. Exhale, low lunge, right foot steps back this time. Hands on either side of your left foot, knee over ankle. Inhale, crescent moon, untuck your right knee, or drop your right knee, untuck your toes, and then send your arms up overhead. Again, activate your left glute on this side. Press into your left heel, And then draw your left hip towards the back of the room as you send your right hip forward. Nice stretch in your right hip flexor here. Reach your arms up overhead, lengthen out through your obliques, both side bodies here. Breath in. Exhale, half splits. Shift your hips to the back of your mat. Straighten through your left leg, left toes up to your nose. Rotate your left inner thigh up and out towards the ceiling. Slight micro bend in your left knee here. Keep a nice, strong, straight spine. Sending your nose down to your toes rather than your knee. Breathe into your left hamstring. Breath in through your nose. Stay for your breath out. And then as you inhale, rebend your left knee, low lunge. Lift your right knee up off your mat, retuck your toes, big inhale. Exhale, forward fold to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, rise, hands up overhead. Flowing breath to movement. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, low lunge, left foot steps back. Inhale, crescent moon, arms overhead. Exhale, half split, straighten through your right knee. Inhale, low lunge forward. Exhale, forward fold to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge, right foot steps back this time. Inhale, crescent moon, rise, drop your right knee. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, low lunge forward. Exhale, forward fold to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, rise. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank and hold. Plant your hands and step your feet to the back of your mat. Option always to drop to your knees here. Untuck your toes. Keep your core engaged. Hold here as I turn the lights on to my room so you can see me. Hold here for 2 more breaths. Big inhale. Exhale to let it go. 1 more. And then on your exhale, start to slowly lower all the way down onto your belly. Keep your hands next to your rib cage here. Little to no weight in your palms. Squeeze your inner thighs together, touch your heels. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift your chest up off your mat. Keep your gaze down. Press your hips firmly into your mat, the tops of your feet into your mat to lift 1 inch higher. Big inhale. Exhale, slowly release your right cheek down onto your mat. Let your arms fall off to the side. And just take this moment here to breathe space into your low back. Big inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it go. And then bring your chin back to center. And then extend your arms out long in front of you. Lift your right leg up off your mat. So activate your right glute. And then press your toes to the back of the room as if you're pulling your hip out of its socket. Lift your leg 1 inch higher. And then reach your left arm up off the floor. Big inhale here, just like the beginning in our tabletop pose. Exhale, release, let it go. And then inhale, lift your left leg up off your mat. Point your toes. Fire up your left glute, your left hamstring, and then pull your hip out of its socket. Lift 1 inch higher, and then reach your right arm up overhead. Breath in. Exhale, release, let it go. On your next inhale, lift both arms, both legs up off your mat. Use your low back, big inhale. Exhale, release your left cheek down on your mat, arms out to the side. Breathe space back into your low back. Breath in, breath out. And then when you're ready, bring your chin back to center, hands back to your rib cage. You can tuck your toes or stay on your knees and press yourself back up to a high plank pose. Big inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips go up and back. Moving into sun B. Inhale, three-legged dog on the right. Lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Keep your legs straight and tilt your right hip down in line with your left. Breath in here. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot all the way between both hands. Spin your left heel down onto your mat. Inhale, warrior two. Sweep your hands up overhead and settle into this space. Breathe here. Working on opening through the hips. Peel your right knee to the pinky side edge of your right toe to open up here. Externally rotate your right inner thigh up and out towards the ceiling. Extend both arms out long and press the left side of your left foot down into your mat to activate your left glute. Inhale, reach your right arm forward to the top of your mat. Exhale, extended side angle. Right arm down, left arm up overhead. Lift up and out through your right side body using your right side oblique rather than hunching low to the ground. Lift up and out. Option to extend and add a reach here through your arms for a little bit more core engagement. Inhale, star pose, heels in, toes out, arms up overhead, big inhale. Exhale, horse pose, squat it low here. Moving through some dynamic movement, star pose, inhale. Exhale, horse pose. Inhale, star, rise, hands up overhead. Exhale, horse pose, squat it low. One more time, breath in, star pose. Hold here, and then parallel your feet towards one another. Take a big inhale, puff up your chest, and then exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Hinging at your hips, lead with your heart to keep a straight back. Fold down and release the crown of your head to your mat. Breathe into your inner thighs. And then align your hips with your heels. You can reach your hands to opposite feet. Let your head hang heavy here. And to add a little bit of a twist in our body, bring your palms back to center. Left palm in the center of your mat. Inhale, gentle twist open to the right. Right arm up overhead. Option to bring your right palm to your right hip. Tilt your right hip down in line with your left. Twist through your obliques. Lift up and out. Big inhale. Exhale, release, let it go. Right palm to the center of your mat. Inhale, open twist to the left, arms up overhead or to your left low back to tilt your left hip down in line with your right. Gaze up over your left shoulder, big inhale. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen just with your torso. And then exhale, modified Skandasana to the back of your mat. So bend into your left knee, your left toes point outwards, and then send your right heel down into your mat and rotate your right toes up to the ceiling. Hands come to heart center. Press your right heel into your mat to activate through your right glute and hamstring, and then peel your left knee to the pinky side edge of your left toe for more hip opening. Hold here for one more breath. Big inhale. Stay for your exhale, and then as you inhale, low lunge forward to the top of your mat. Bend into your right knee. Retuck your left toes. Breath in here. Exhale, pyramid pose. Straighten through your right foot, or right knee rather. You may want to walk your left foot an inch or two closer to your right. You can use your blocks again here to bring the earth closer to you. Peel your right hip back. Nice stretch through your right hamstring here. As you inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, forward fold. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, just slight bend into your right knee. Inhale, standing splits. Lift your left heel up off your mat. You can tilt your left hip down in line with your right. You can play around with a balance challenge here by bringing one or both hands to your right ankle. Keep your gaze down in front of you. Hold here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big inhale. Exhale, twisted root. Drop your left foot to the outside edge of your right foot. So your left outer edge and your right outer edge of your feet are connected. Twisted at the ankles here. You should feel a nice stretch through your left IT band. And for a deeper stretch, you can start to walk your hands over to the right. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Melt your torso over your thighs. Inhale, halfway lift with your torso. Exhale, forward fold. Unwind your legs here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Plant your hands. Step your feet to the back of your mat. Option, take a chaturanga here, or just meet me back in your downward facing dog. Take a breath in here through your nose. Breath out through your mouth, let it go. Left side. Inhale, three-legged dog on the left. Lift your left heel up to the ceiling. Flex through your toes. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot between both hands. Spin your right heel down onto your mat. Inhale, warrior 2. Spin all the way open here. Again, peel your left knee to the pinky side edge of your left toes this time. Find that 90-degree angle commitment here. And press into the outer edge of your right foot to activate your right glute. Nice strong warrior here. Inhale, extend your left arm to the top of your mat. Exhale, extended side angle. Left arm down, right arm reaches up high overhead. Again, lifting up and out, using your left side oblique rather than reaching down to the ground. Option to add in that side reach here, arms up overhead like you're holding a beach ball. And then inhale, star pose, heels in, toes out, arms overhead. Exhale, horse pose, squat it low here. And hold. Lift your right heel up off your mat and take a few pulses here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your heel down. Lift your left heel up off your mat. Take a few pulses for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release and then lift both heels up off your mat. 4 pulses for 4, 3, lift your heels 1 inch higher, 2, and 1. Release both heels. Inhale, star pose, arms up overhead, parallel your feet with one another. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, leading with your heart. Release the crown of your head down to your mat. Option again here to reach for the back of your mat or either foot. Align your hips with your ankles. Let your head hang heavy. And take this moment to release any tension that has built up in your practice. And then when you're ready, inhale, halfway lift and lengthen with your torso. Exhale, modified Skandasana to the back. So bend into your right knee this time. Right toes point to the corner of the back corner of your mat. And then dig your left heel into your mat. Left toes point up to the ceiling. Hands at heart center. Peel your right knee to the pinky side edge of your right toe like we did in Warrior Two. And then rotate your left inner thigh up towards the ceiling. Stay here for a breath. Inhale. Stay for an exhale, and then inhale. Low lunge forward. Rebend into your left knee. Square your hips forward. Breath in. Exhale, pyramid pose. Straighten through your left knee. Maybe walk your right foot closer to your left. Use your blocks to bring the ground closer to you. Square your hips forward. Left hip draws back. Right hip draws forward. And then send your nose down to your toes. Breathe into your left hamstring. Take a breath in here. Exhale, slight bend into your left knee. And then inhale, standing splits. Kick your right heel up towards the ceiling. Tilt your right hip down in line with your left. Flex through your toes. And then if you're looking for that balance challenge here, bring one or both hands to your left ankle. Gaze stays down for 4, 3, 2. Release your hands in. 1 big inhale. Exhale, twisted root. Drop your right foot to the outside edge of your left. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Twist at your ankles. And then let your head hang heavy. Nice deep stretch as you extend your arms over to the left side of your mat. Feel it in your right IT band. And then inhale, halfway lift and lengthen with your torso. Exhale, forward fold, unwind your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, high plank. Option for your chaturanga, or sit back into your downward facing dog. Once you made it back to your down dog, 3 breaths on your own in down dog or child's pose, whatever your body needs in this moment. Reconnect with your intention. Remind yourself what brought you here to your mat today. How can you be patient with your body as our life slows down in this new norm? More time to focus in on our needs. 1 more breath, big inhale. Exhale, let it go. You're in your child's pose. Meet us back in your downward facing dog. And then inhale, 3-legged dog on the right. Lift your right heel high. Exhale, low lunge, step it all the way through. Inhale, high crescent this time. Come onto the ball mount of your left toes. Bend into your right knee, arms up overhead. Big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, send your torso forward to a 45-degree angle. And then exhale, revolve crescent. Send your left elbow to the outside edge of your right thigh. Press your heart towards your hands. Option to drop to your back knee to focus more on the twist here. Maybe send your gaze over your right shoulder. Rotate your heart closer to your hands. Big inhale. Exhale, runner's lunge. Release your palms to the inside of your right leg. Drop down to your left knee if you haven't already. And then hug your right inner thigh around your right shoulder. Let your head hang heavy here. And then inhale, slowly rise back up to your hands. Walk your right foot back to the center between both hands. And then come back into your half split. Straighten through your right leg. And then option here to stay in your half splits. If you want to take it one step further, you can start to make your way into your full splits. Vinyasa. Extend your left leg to the back of your mat. Maybe you use your blocks here for support. Point through your toes. And just pause for a moment. On your next inhale, slowly rise back up out of your full splits. And then slowly make your way back into a downward facing dog. Come into your low lunge. Take a chaturanga or just sit your hips up and back. Last side. Inhale, three-legged dog on the left. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Come onto the ball mounds of your right toes. Left hip heels back, right hip forward. Big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, send your torso forward, 45 degrees. Exhale, revolved crescent, right elbow to the outside edge of your left thigh. You can pause here or drop your back knee for support and to focus on the twist. Thread your heart through, gaze up and over your left shoulder. Breath in. Exhale, runner's lunge. Drop your hands to the inside edge of your left foot. Walk your left foot to the outside edge of your mat. And then hug your left inner thigh against your left shoulder. Breathe into your right hip flexor, your left outer glutes. Let your head hang heavy. And then when you're ready, inhale, slowly rise back up to your fingertips. Bring your left leg back to the center between both hands and find your way into your half split. Straighten through your left leg. Flex through your toes. Maybe you take notice in how more flexible this feels after we've worked through all that practice. And you want to take it a little further into your fullest expression of splits. Send your right leg to the back of your mat. Continue to rotate your left inner thigh up and out. Square your hips forward. Pause for a moment here. And then when you're ready, inhale, slowly rise out of your splits. And then make your way back into downward facing dog. Come into your low lunge. Take a chaturanga. Or just step your hips up and back. Take a breath in here through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it all out. One more breath here. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Drop to your knees. Come to a seat. And we'll reverse some of that stretch. So come onto a seat here. Extend your legs out long in front of you. Flex through your toes. Option to place a block underneath your knees. And then take out any extra padding underneath your sits bones. Root your tailbone into your mat. Crown of your head up to the ceiling. Big inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, seated forward fold. Reach for your ankles, your shins, or your thighs. You want this to come more into your low back. Slight bend into your knees. And round through your spine. And breathe into your low back space. If you're looking to send it more to your hamstrings, keep your knees straight. And then forward fold with a straight back. Pause here for 2 more breaths. As you inhale, lengthen, and as you exhale, fold. And then when you're ready, inhale, slowly rise. 1 vertebrae at a time. Bring the soles of your feet down onto your mat. And then slowly lower down onto your back. You can use your core strength or use your hands for support. Once there, walk your heels closer to your hips. We'll take 1 back bend here, yogi's choice, bridge, wheel, or supported bridge. I'll cue through bridge pose. Release your palms on either side of your hips. Take a breath in, and then exhale, bridge pose. Squeeze through your glutes, press your heels and the palms of your hands into your mat, and lift your hips up tall to the ceiling, chest to chin, chin away from chest. Hug your inner thighs together, knees in line with your hips. 1 more breath, lift 1 inch higher. And then exhale, slowly lower your hips back down. If you'd like more hip opening, you can come into Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet to touch, knees open wide, 1 hand on heart, 1 hand on belly. If you'd like to close out your hips, knock your knees in and send your feet out to the outside edges of your mat. You can knock your knees side to side. Take a few more breaths here. And then come to stillness wherever you are. Bring the soles of your feet back onto your mat. Knees point up to the ceiling. Take your right leg up towards the ceiling. Flex through your toes. And then send your right ankle over your left thigh. For supine pigeon or figure 4, press your right thigh away from you with your right hand. And then press your left hip into your mat with your left hand for a gentle stretch. If you'd like a deeper stretch, you can interlace your hands behind your left thigh and use your right elbow to press your right thigh open. Hug your left knee into your chest. Breathe into your right outer glute. Take 1 more breath here. And then exhale, let your legs fall off to the left side. So your left knee is down on your mat, your right ankle is kind of supported, weighted down underneath your left knee. And then tee out your hands and gaze out over your right fingertips for a nice gentle twist here. If your legs are uncomfortable, you can place one on top of the other. Breathe into your right side body. And then on your next inhale, slowly come back to center. Unwind your legs, press the soles of your feet back into your mat, knees up to the ceiling. And then extend your left leg high to the ceiling, flex through your toes. Drop your left ankle over your right thigh. And then press open your left thigh with your left palm. Press your right hip down with your right palm. Gentle stretch. For a deeper stretch, interlace your hands behind your right thigh, hug your right knee into your chest. And then press your left elbow into your left thigh for a deep stretch in your left outer glute. It's a good time to start to close down your eyes. Slow your heart rate down. Breath in. As you exhale, let your legs fall off to the right side. Tee out your hands and gaze out over your left fingertips. Press both shoulder blades firmly into your mat. Breathe into your left side body. One more breath here. And when you're ready, come back to center. Reset your hips. And then extend your legs up to the ceiling, legs up the wall. You can place a block underneath your sacrum for support here. Or if you have a wall or a couch or something nearby, you can actually send your legs up the wall for supported legs up the wall. Flex through your toes. You can let your arms fall off to the side or one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, whatever feels comfortable for you. Root your sacrum down into your block or your mat. And let the blood and lymphatic tissue just drain down from your ankles to your hips. If you're in supported legs up the wall, you can stay here for your final Shavasana if you'd like, or even unsupported. But if you're ready, start to slowly hug your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your shins. And then give yourself a nice big hug, forehead to knees, tighten up every muscle in your body, big inhale. Exhale, final Shavasana, let everything go. Arms and legs out long. Come back to your natural breath, no control here. Just feel your body slowly melt into your mat. Let the earth support you. Release the tension between your eyebrows. Allow your tongue to just fall wherever feels comfortable. Release the grip in your palms, spread your fingers out wide, and your shoulder blades melt into the earth. Let go of any tension between your hips. Leave space. And your legs to fall wherever feels comfortable. You're more than welcome to stay here in your final Shavasana for as long as your evening allows. If you're ready to move on with the rest of your day, start to bring gentle movements into your body. Wiggle through your fingers and your toes. Circle out your wrists and your ankles. And then make your way into a long body stretch. Extend your arms up overhead, point through your toes. And then roll over to your favorite side, fetal pose. Hug your knees into your chest. Use your bicep as a pillow. And then when you're ready, slowly press yourself up into an easy seat, keeping your eyes closed. Palms face down for grounding or face up to receive energy for the day. We'll seal our practice with one communal breath. A deep inhale here through your nose, biggest inhale of the day. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it all out. Bring your palms to touch, hands at heart center. The light and love in me honors the light and love in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you again for allowing me to guide you in your practice. Hopefully your hips and hamstrings feel nice and open.